Hi, this is the Daily Forex Report for January 17th. We're looking at the US-Japanese yen pair first. This pair gapped down at the open, did retrace that gap, but closed lower. We are looking for this pair to overall continuing to move sideways, although if we get a close below this low, we'll look for it to move even lower. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 83.35, possibly as low as 81.94. Look for some resistance around 83.15 and look for some support around 82.25. Now the Euro USD pair, this pair closed down during today's session. It looks like it has hit previous resistance and is starting to move back lower. Look for this to potentially go as high as 134.66, possibly as low as 131.37. Look for some resistance around 133.85 and look for some support around 131.85. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair moved to the upside, did pull up high but pulled back, moved higher, pulled back below the previous session's high. Looking for it to continue moving to the upside, although if you notice we have had smaller and smaller ranges and up from open to close over the past 3 bars. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 1.6032, possibly as low as 1.5762. Look for some resistance around 1.5960 and look for some support around 1.5805. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed higher, basically opened at the low and moved higher from there, overall moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 0.9732, possibly as low as 0.9568. Look for some resistance around 0.9705 and look for some support around 0.9601. This pair gapped at the open, gap down. It has retraced its gap as well. Did create an inside bar, so provides for some interesting opportunities. Alright, now as far as news announcements go, we have the pound releasing their consumer price index for December at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that it's moved higher from 3.3% to 3.4%. We also have the Bank of Canada releasing their rate decision at 9 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Consensus is they're going to hold rates at 1.00%. Now, as we spoke earlier, we did have an inside bar created in the US Swiss, so we are going to look for a potential for a breakout to the downside. You notice we have a low here and here, so we should look for it to move most likely down to this point, to this high. Basically between this high and this high is what I'm looking for. If we get a move to the upside, however, look for it to potentially go up to the 0.9735 mark. So to the upside, looking to grab about 50 pips, 48 to 50 pips, and to the downside, looking to grab a little bit more around the 80 mark, 80, 85. Now let's take a look at the Euro USD pair. This pair did create a swing trade opportunity. However, the curve on the trend line is way too steep. It goes above the open of this previous session, so we definitely don't want to take that. However, we do have a fairly long tail here, and if we take a look at what happened last time we had a long tail like that, you can see that it dropped dramatically. If we get price action that does this same type of movement, well, then we should go through this low right here and take out this high pretty easily, possibly down even to this high. So look for it to move down, looking for a sell at the 1.3242 level, then looking to exit at 1.3170. Let's take a look at what that looks like as far as pip standpoint. Looking to grab about 70 pips on that move. If you bring it down even further, a little bit further, down to this point, it's a little bit more, down around the 100 mark. So just be aware that we could have some previous resistance that would now be support kick in around 70 to 100 pips as far as where to put your stop loss, I'd place it about 75. That puts it right above the low here, which would be a good place to put it. Well, I hope that helps. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.